Kitty is greeting you. Press this button and say hi to her.
Logic is the path to victory. Left, then right. Which one comes first?
To be done. Look, an earth suspended river. So long lives this. Rivers are the stars of the city. It's alright.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Left, then right. Which one comes
This
first?
is an alien. Se streccarono su quest'ermo cole.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Gianna, pay
Se
attention.
streccarono su quest'ermo cole.
Explode!
It's alright. Stop it. So long lives this. And this each moment, now night. Look, an earth suspended. The rivers are the stars of the earth. Premi a sereno intenso all'infinito.
Hey! Great job!
Se streccarono su quest'ermo cole.
Left combo.
Se streccarono su quest'ermo cole. The turbulence arrives. Each moment, now night.
Let's fully relax and relish all of these! Leave me alone!
Worry not. The direction of fate is decided.
Hey!
I'm Northern, and this is an alien city.
Gianna, pay attention.
You look prepared to be drowned.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Embrace rather than resist. Worry not. The direction of fate is decided. Rivers are the stars of the earth. Shine.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Leave me alone!
This'll help.
Appropriate.
I
Explode! Great job! Gianna, pay attention to the class.
Now, to preserve this memory in our dreams.
Embrace rather than resist.
Appropriate. Explode! Left combo.
Shine.
Gaming. The best combo. Gaming.
Journeys to the cosmos.
The best combo. Automatic gaming.
I am the waves in the ocean and the stars in the sky. Listen.
The best combo. Automatic
We
gaming.
gain control of our bodies.
Let's fully relax and relish all of these.
Premi a sereno intenso all'infinito. Listen, I know the way, and this is an alien moment, city. Now night. May the flow take their souls to the sea and north.
Best combo on
It's
the
really
game.
a pleasure to chop Mr. Svador.
Nice ending. An 8.5 for me.
See? Plappy is greeting you. Press this button and say hi to her. Aloha! Bonjour! Ni hao. Konnichiwa. Is there more? Please teach me. See? Plappy is greeting you. Press this button. Double checking. You'll pay me 5 Sharpadontes per hour, right?
Oh, this is groovy. Let's get on the road.
This trial is mine to judge.
You want to do it the hard? You got it.
An eye for an eye. Feeleth pain and knoweth regret. Resistance is...
Plant haste. Handy. An unconventional choice.
Well, this is out of sight.
Plan A, Plan B.
You want to do it the hard way?
3, 2, 1, down.
Poppy, run, run!
This trial is mine to judge.
You want to do it the... You got it.
Plan B.
It's called employee insurance.
A tooth.
You want to do... You got it.
Feel it pain and know with regret.
Digital bodyguard. Charging you.
Resistance is futile.
Plan A. Plan B.
An eye for an eye.
A mice pass. A mice pass.
The law is above all else.
The show's on, hounds.
You want to do it the hard way? You got it.
Time waits for no one, even for a great people.
Poppy, run, run! Hit! You want to do it the hard... You got it. Boop, 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 boop. Poppy, give me a hand. Bodyguard. Hit! Dance in the pixel world!
Plan B. Plan A.
The law is above all else.
A mice pass.
An eye.
Plan B.
Off thou go. Pay for thy sins with thy blood.
Told you I can handle any work.
Look at you, climbing out of the cave in the allegory, all dusty and dirty like a little savage. They must have tried to fill your little brain with long preachment. But you should feel lucky, because at least they didn't give you a quiz right after that. Oh, that's our expert on absent-mindedness. Yes, we should bear in mind those glory days of yours back in school. Try to reach the corners of your mind, if you would. And there you will find another bunch of people standing in front of a stone table. Yes, those people in gowns. White gowns with gray diamond patterns. One of them was standing on the stairs, gathering all the little vacant eyes to his side. What was he called? Give me a second. Teacher, instructor, tutor, the educator. Just titles like that. No names at all. No one gets to write down their names on that banner, after all. But they have nothing to complain about. You know what they say? What is reasonable is real. That which is real is reasonable. They showed you a broad avenue in their teachings where you could enjoy a sense of security with all the solid ground, convenient automobiles, and warm sunshine. And at the end of the avenue even lies an inspiring mission, to which you are expected to devote your whole life. There is a distinction between good and bad here, and it's as clear as our innate sense of right and wrong, like a floor of black and white tiles. Any stains on it will be noticed immediately. But in fact, there exists another path in the woods. It's much less traveled, leading to the unknown darkness which cannot be seen with eyes or proved false. You may even experience indescribable chaos and madness there. This path, however, has an excellent view, and it's one of a kind. The plants are thriving with bursting energy, and the flowers are blooming in a delightful atmosphere. So, which will you take? Oh, that's not an easy choice to make. This grandma must give you a round of applause. I would have even pinned a boutonniere to your suit if I had one. But I have to remind you, those things in there are not easy to deal with. They can drive you insane, and you have to be very careful. You've seen the living proof. Many were freaked out after they came back, and people had to tie and lock them up. Others even dug their own graves. Oh, my. That was a bit over the top. I hope I didn't scare you, darling. Here's some good news to cheer you up. Actually, there's still one more way you can take. It would be a good choice if you want to enjoy the scenery without getting lost in the darkness. I'm sure you know that myth. You shall take the soul of your love out of the underworld, yet you shall not look back. That's right. You shall pass by the sleeping sirens, yet you shall not make a sound. The ones with the belief set off. They entered the dark woods barefooted, yet moved so smoothly, as if they were walking on the avenue. They kept their mouths shut and eyes forward. They never turned back, never picked up what was not theirs, never set foot on the forbidden lands, and never looked straight at the sacred greatness. They showed frugality, patience, and wisdom in the face of hunger and danger. So the beasts continued to lurk in the shadow, and the ones with the belief passed through the woods safely, until the path disappeared along with the direction sign. Then the first one to look back gave an exclamation before being exiled. Think about what I just said. That which is real is reasonable. Never look back in the woods, darling. If you don't want to be turned into a pillar of salt which can do nothing but wail, then never, ever look back. Yes, we'd better stay awake, stay calm, stay cautious all the time. But then there comes the problem. How can you ignore your love for those thriving plants and blooming flowers? How are you supposed to deal with the unstoppable feeling that overflows like a melody when it is stirred up by the beauty of the scenery? Of course, you will cry the loudest cry, dance the wildest dance, drink the strongest drink, and vomit all the filth inside you. After all, there is no need to enter the woods if the soul-stirring scenery is not what you are after, right? No, so you'd better let it slip your mind, darling. Just let it go and hurry forward. Remember to keep your eyes shut and hold your breath. When you do so, the scenery will no longer mean anything to you, nor will the fragrance of the flowers. You will get out of the woods and reach where the truth lies. Is that what you want? Don't worry. We have plenty of time. You may come back at any time and pick another way.
Congratulations, Miss Sonetto. You are the fastest learner of our doctrine among all the visitors in the past half-century. On behalf of all orators, I award you this laurel wreath.
No, I wouldn't have achieved this without your guidance. Those mathematics statements are really inspiring. I've learned a lot. But there's still something confusing me, such as Pythagoras and his golden thigh, his memory of the previous lifetimes as the son of Hermes, and the transmigration for every 216 years. Could you please tell me more about these?
Why would people fail to see the charm of the matrices? This is not right. I need to spend more time on teaching.
Anyone, save us!
Thus my journey of art is doomed to fail. I really don't want to study maths anymore. Help.
Timekeeper, you are here.
I heard that you completed all the lessons on the scripture. This laurel wreath suits you well.
Timekeeper, I'm sorry. At the assembly, I failed to understand the arcanist's logic. It was totally different to the debates I have participated in. But now I have...
That was not your fault, Sonetto. It is now behind us. I need to tell you something more important. I've signed a peace agreement with Arcana, and the price of breaking it is... death.
What? So Manus Vindictae is also restrained by the stone bangle like we are.
Yes, she put it on without hesitation. But I don't think her purpose would be as simple as hearkening the ancient wisdom. I attacked Manus' followers earlier as 37 asked me to. But I received no punishment from the bangle. Perhaps this island makes its own judgment on what to be classified as hostility. Like it has a mind of its own. Sonetto, do not report this to the headquarters before we figure out how the bangle works. After all, there are many other things to investigate on this island, other than Manus Vindictae.
I see. I will contact Miss Druvis and Miss Moiselle first and keep an eye on Arcana. Timekeeper, this island, the Manus' mask, and your suitcase are all immune to the storm. Does this mean we could collect more asymmetrical nuclide R samples?
I tried to collect some samples last night in the outer region of the island. But the detecting device showed nothing. If we were to find out more, we have to go to the center area.
What are you conspiring now? Do not poke the fire with swords, and do not jump over a crossbar. The assembly will not be held every time when there's a crime. Please take heed of my warning, and do not overstep the line. Learn a lesson from them.
Didn't you say you have Regulus with you safely?
Apologies, Vertin. I was going to rescue Sonetto through a very creative underground tunnel. But things didn't quite go as planned.
Not a bad innovation for a simple clap on the forehead. If only you didn't miscalculate the location of the explosion.
This apple is grateful that it didn't get blasted into a puddle of apple jam.
Warning. Shell cleaning required. Warning.
I don't know why, but when I was in that cave, ideas kept flooding into my head. Though, judging by the outcome, they weren't all good ideas.
On a routine patrol, I found them trying to break into the cave. I'm not surprised that an irrational number would try to trespass on forbidden grounds. But you two? The integer and the fraction? What were you doing with her? This is a serious crime.
Do we have to go through this debate again?
It's okay, Timekeeper. I will defend Regulus. I've thoroughly studied the scripture, and this time I'm sure I can do better.
Forget it.
Forget it.
It is unwise to waste time trying to understand an irrational number's motive. Besides, we should let the reckless take care of the least important matters. That's it. Regulus, you will come with me to clean the beach.
Huh? Me? Again?
Since you have too many floating points, words of discipline would not work on you. We would have suggested you study with the rest of the students here. Abstain from eating meat, bathe in cold water, rise with the Apollo star, study our doctrine, read the scripture aloud on the beach, so as to remove your floating points and purify your soul.
What? I won't do any of that.
But taking your peculiar character into consideration, I decided that some compulsory labor would be the better option.
Oh, that's the best news of the day. I'd rather clean up the rubbish on the beach than be surrounded by people giving sermons all the time. At least the rubbish doesn't talk gibberish. I'd be dead if you didn't change your mind.
Regulus, studying the scripture is not that scary. They will teach you and guide you until you take full command. Just like taking lessons at school.
Huh? Is that what schools are like?
Haven't you been to a school, Regulus?
Haha! A great pirate would not remember trivial matters as such. So, where were we? Which part of the beach needs to be taken care of by the great captain?
My laboratory.
Whoa! Where did you pop up from?
"37. Aren't you supposed to preach to the visitors?"
I've seen the numbers. A group of negative repeating infinite decimals. They will achieve nothing but to repeatedly step in the river of mistakes. I gave up on them.
Fine. Those of you who are complicit in breaking into the cave will also be sent to labor. Sonetto and Lilia will come with me to patrol. Regulus, you can go clean the lab. As for Vertin, you will assist 37 with her study of the emanation. Don't waste more time on the trivial matters of the phenomenal world, integers. That was the sole reason you were on this island, was it not?
Don't let down your guard. The arcanists on this island are not as easy to deal with as you imagined. Down in the cave, I heard some pretty alluring and intriguing anecdotes.
Miss Lilia, this way. You will cover this area.
Stay on the radio.
Don't worry, Timekeeper. Lilia and I will keep an eye on Manus Vindictae.
We are counting on you, Sonetto. I have a feeling we are coming closer to a big secret.
Oh, this is groovy. Let's get on the road.
Double checking, you'll pay me 5 sharpodontes per hour, right?
Wait! Give me 10 more minutes. Nothing unexpected. For now.
Good enough. Get it started.
Planting.
You got it.
The resonance of bravery.
You want to do it the hard way?
Handy.
Hey, the artist is here.
Happy, run, run!
3, 2, 1, down.
Look at these little fellas.
You got it.
do it the hard way? Charge, you! Digital bodyguard!
This trial is mine to judge.
I have to hide the records first.
No wingman is needed. Look at my back.
Hey!
Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
They're just little games.
The resonance of bravery.
Don't blink.
Rock, rock, rock! Change the world! Huh?
Fine.
Look at these little fellas.
A little trick.
Start me up! They're just...
Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
Woohoo! Release! Light!
Right wind.
This trial is mine to judge.
Whatever.
An eye for an eye.
Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
Swallow my exhaust!
The law is above all else.
A little trick. A time.
Start me up!
Feel it pain and know with regret.
Don't blink.
What? What am I looking at? So your so-called sacred project is this gigantic IDM computer? I was curious about them during my stay in Laplace, Those later versions of the model are so much better than the 66 ones. But this one doesn't seem that far advanced to those. This is not a junk piece the man has sold you, is it?
Items of the phenomenal world are all a waste. This one is long broken. After the emanation, we couldn't find anyone to repair it.
Why do you keep referring to the storm as the emanation? What does the emanation mean?
It is the waves of Numa. We are the expellees of the world of forms. We were banished to this damp and dark cave. Everyone here is obsessed with the fake light on the wall, but forgets to look for the truth. Numa, however, will lead us to escape the cave and return to a more supreme realm.
Eh? You make it sound like we're living in piles of rubbish.
Aren't we?
Of course not. If you ask me, I'd say you have absolutely no idea how wonderful the outside world is, because you have never left here to try it yourself. Dr. Pepper, the music festivals, Rory Storm, the Hollies, and the Rolling Stones. Oh, there are too many to count. If it weren't for this sick storm, I would still be riding a motorcycle in one of those races in London.
Your soul must be pretty contaminated.
And the computer, they can calculate extremely large numbers within seconds, better than hundreds of thousands of you combined together.
In the case of numbers, it's not the bigger the better. Also, this computer has never played a useful part in our study.
Come on, mate. You people just leave it in a cave. It's like sending an infant to the kitchen and waiting for it to bring you dinner. Never mind, you'll see what I mean after I fix it.
Can you fix an IDM Regulus?
No, but I've seen the Laplace people do it. Shouldn't be too difficult, I assume. Oh, the dust! When was the last time you sent people down here to clean? Oh, some critters are nesting here. Oh, did I break into your party? Bertin, come give me a hand. They won't let me touch them.
There will be some differences.
The nerdy nerd checking in.
Пожалуйста, пропустите меня.
It's not bad.
Oh, I can't agree.
Cool. Great job.
Extraction of the rainbow.
Left, then right. Which one comes first? It's not bad. Cool. Hey! Hey!
For everyone.
Time to show you my card. It's not bad. Let's fully relax and relish all of these! Appropriate. Explode!
Goodbye. Yes. You fixed it. It's great to have you clean the laboratory, Regulus. Your floating point immediately reduced.
Oh, is that a compliment? Sounds like one to me. Thank you.
It's a wordplay, Captain. Infinity minus any numbers still equals to infinity.
Oh, fine, fine. I should have given up the idea of changing your eccentric sorting system a long time ago. What's the meaning of humans inventing computers if these machines were only left here for some critters to nest in?
Thanks to you, now we can have a look at the previous models, Regulus. But it's a pity since it only has the data before 2003. Everything in the past 4 years has gone missing. This is our chronology, Vertin. From 1999 to 2007, the emanation has taken place 7 times. In the initial 4 years, the emanation has a pattern. First, it brought us back to the 90s, then the 80s, and then the 70s. After that, it suddenly leaped to the 30s. In the subsequent 3 years, it took place twice.
Every record here can perfectly match what is in the Foundation's files. Wait, these are the records before 2003, you say? But this one refers to the storm in 1966, which happened recently.
These are indeed the records before 2003. What's following the records is our forecast.
That's to say, you prophesied the 1966 storm 4 years prior to its occurrence. How is this possible? That you are clever enough to develop such a precise mathematical model, while at the same time you just let the IDM become the home of these critters.
We just worked out the patterns in the number sequences.
You made such precise prediction even without leaving the island. That's incredible.
You don't need to go into a river to find out the pattern of its flow. Moreover, we would send people to observe in the phenomenal world. My mother was one of them. She is the co-author of this model. Nobody knows this computer better than her.
So you have a mother too?
2?
37. Where is your mother now?
Like many people, she was restored to her true form. Since then, I took over this laboratory.
The form, you said? 37? What is it?
What kind of question is this? The form, or the essence, is what's left of you after all the fakeness has been peeled off.
Now we are listening to the New Year collection. The world-famous painting Mona Lisa was found and returned to Musée du Louvre in the afternoon of December 13th. The U.S. Congress passed the Federal Reserve Act on December 23rd, formally establishing the Federal Reserve System. The conflict between Austria-Hungary and Serbia has escalated. Bulgaria challenged the Bucharest Peace Treaty. Tension is building up over the Balkan Peninsula. In London, futurists gathered under Big Ben, celebrating the upcoming 1914.
This is news of the outside world?
What about on your side?
Well, I am with Sophia. Arcana's still in the hall. She hasn't taken any action so far. Got it. Please keep an eye on the Manus followers. Be mindful of the restrictions set by the Bangle.
Who are you talking to?
Just checking up on Lilia.
Please stay vigilant during the patrol. This is the last place we need to check. We must keep this graveyard clean. Our dead deserve to be left in peace and undisturbed by the phenomenal world.
Miss Sophia, you said this is the graveyard?
Yes, the Geometry Graveyard it is called. 4 years ago, my father was restored to a geometric body on his way back to the island. So was 37's mother, who was also on that ship.
Why are you crying, Sophia?
I was wrong. We calculated it wrong, 37. We miscalculated the impacted area of the emanation. We thought the ships would be safe in the Gorgon current, but the safe area is in fact 5 degrees away. When the emanation happened, the bow of their ship had just entered the safe area. But it was too late. My dad is gone. So is your mom.
I know. But why are you crying? My mom and your dad have come back to us, right?
Have come back? Do you call this coming back? Like this? In the form of geometric bodies? Cold and silent? Being pushed to the shore?
No. They have gone somewhere further. Look at them. These geometric bodies. How pure and how elegant. I've never seen such perfect geometric bodies before. If they are not from the eternal and transcendental world of forms, how should we explain this?
37?
I'm going to study the emanation, Sophia. This is the best chance ever. The transcendental world finally opens its door to us. We will reach our hands to the forms and explore the oldest and eternal laws. Will you help me, Sophia? Next time I will definitely make a better calculation. I promise.
Thank you for assisting 37 with her research, Sneto.
No, I didn't do anything. Timekeeper knows the storm better.
You have helped us greatly by just coming onto this island. For all this time, 37 has been locked up in the laboratory, refusing to talk to anyone, nor participate in any group study. Since the 2-day emanation in 1929, it is you who helped her revive her interest in other affairs in Apiron.
These are Timekeeper's contributions. I barely did anything.
I can't help 37. Because I don't see the charm of numbers. I lack the perception that an integer should have. That's why I can't see my own number.
The number's charm? Sorry, I have never thought about this. For me, Arcanum is my inborn mission. If you ask me, you are an unbelievably excellent Arcanist. You can flatten the ground, clean up the beach, and rectify errors. You did it in an efficient and precise manner, which is already an advanced ritual.
Any students who have sworn to knowledge can do this easily. They aren't doing my job because they wish not to waste time on these trivial fragments of the phenomenal world. Because they have seen the truth.
The phenomenal world is never complete. Like you can never draw a perfect circle there. No matter how much time you spend on it or how sophisticated your device is, it is impossible to draw a perfect circle in the phenomenal world. Arrows always exist. The floating points after the decimal can be reduced, but not destroyed. The perfect circle only exists in the abstract transcendental world. Of course, anyone in the world can find out the value of pi through the most primitive method. Egyptians, Greeks, Chinese, and Babylonians, they have all tried. They made circles with twine, painted on the ground with twigs, or measured the land with cubit rods. But none of them actually drew a perfect circle. However different their practices were, they found out the sole truth. The approximate value of pi. Because the essence of the circle is hiding in the imperfect manifestation of it. This is the truth. It is eternal, unchanged, pure, and transcendent. Anyone can reach out to it at any time, in any place, by any means, and everyone will get the same answer from it. The forms transcend all matters. The world of matters we live in is being flooded and destroyed by the tides of Numa. When the tides recede, what is left on the beach is the essence.
This doesn't sound right. Let me think. How come your theory reminds me of the Manus Doctrine?
37. We see the storm very differently. Among all the other things, we saw it first of all as a disaster.
But earthquakes, floods, volcanic eruptions, these are also disasters. These catastrophic events happen not because they have a reason to destroy. They just happen in this world, like we do. This is what my mother taught me. She must be proud that she's a perfect geometric body now.
I'm sorry for mentioning your mother.
Why do you apologize, Furton? Are you feeling guilty? This is a very unusual feeling for a number like you.
I don't get it. Why did you say my number is 0?
I just saw it. The numbers of everything and every being would just emerge in front of me. I see it, and I speak it out loud. That's it.
210 told me numbers imply our fate.
Don't believe him, Vertin. Numbers are just numbers. I know nothing about fate. Fine. I don't think I like 210. And the feeling goes both ways for us. Because I once said he is a poor number. 210 equals 2 times 3 times 5 times 7. He is the product of all prime numbers between 1 and 10. Looks like he has it all, but he doesn't have any real forte. He likes to sugarcoat himself with metaphors. Only those with a flawed essence would adore the trickery of words.
This is indeed an extreme comment.
And 6 is no better. Every leader of a Pyrrhon has been a 6. 6 is the perfect number since it equals the sum of all its proper divisors. 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 6. But this number has been overrated. He's not that special.
What about your number? What does 37 mean?
I don't know. I am 37. I've known it since I was born. So does everyone else. People told me what it means, but I have never tried to prove their theory. I know very little of fate, so I always think, even if I find out their essences, does it mean I have known them better?
"37 once tried to tell me my number. She wrote it down and put it into a bottle, but I couldn't get up the courage to open it. I didn't want to know. I once made a horrible mistake. An unforgivable miscalculation. It makes me worried that I may also be a mistake. So I threw the bottle into the sea. This is how 37 is different from us. We are all prisoners of that cave. Only the wise one can find her way out of the cave and return to rescue the rest of us. I'm the ignorant prisoner who sits, and she's the wise one who returns. I will be crushed into dust by the truth, while she will be the star shining above it. The truth is like the stars in the night sky. Beautiful, but cold. It has been there long before my existence, and will stay that way long after I'm gone. It sheds no tears for the weak, nor laments the tragic fate. It's forever bright, and always moving forward. The person who avoids the truth is not qualified to study it. I'm sorry. My interpretation has been emotional.
No. I think I kind of know how you feel, Miss Sophia. However unworthy you think you are, there must be something we can do. Maybe we can't reach the core of the truth, but we can clean up the path to it for the future explorers. this is our fate.
Interesting insight. I have come to understand why 37 likes you so much. Let us go back to work then. Start from dusting the tombstones.
Alright, I've had enough of these Sol Numa-related idle topics. I want to have a look at your model. Wow, seriously? How did you get this far?
This model has been proven wrong. For 4 whole years we had been optimizing it. But the emanation in 1929 only lasted for 2 days, which means our calculation was entirely a failure. That model is just like this computer. It's a piece of junk. And this is all I can present to you.
No, it's not junk. I think I know why your model didn't work.
What?
Manus Vindictae has changed history. They accelerated history, forcing historical events to happen earlier than they were supposed to. Thus, the storm in 1929 occurred sooner than it should.
No way! Controlling the emanation. Changing the history of the outside world. Numa is eternal and transcendental. It won't obey any orders given from the phenomenal world. Neither will it change its patterns because of some fragments.
I'm telling the truth, 37. I've been there, in the storm of 1929. Your model was not wrong. You just missed some key information. You've never been to the place where the storm falls, and thus know nothing about the symptoms of the storm syndrome and the true purposes of Manus Vindictae.
No! That's impossible! Even if there are means to control the emanation, it wouldn't be like this. If this is true, does it mean the phenomenal world, this insignificant phenomenal world, is more transcendental? Mother's model was defeated by this? Vertin, could you give us proof? The proof that Manus Vindictae accelerated history and triggered the emanation.
I swear I wasn't lying.
No, not like this. To prove it in front of Epiron. Go to our sacred place. To the Hall of Truth. In the depths of the cave. There, everyone can see the essence of the world. I beg you, give them your proof, just like how we submit the proof of our soul number.
Come here. Place your hand on it. Feel the texture. The craft is one of a kind, not some cheapie you can get from the flea market. I mean it. This is a Keelian, and even the most traditional, delicate, and expensive kind. It has applied fiery red as the dominant color, and the stitches are perfectly neat. From the sea, just like you, darling. It arrived with a meerschaum pipe, a glass jar, a pack of sugar cubes, and a child in panic. Both she and the Keeling were born on the land where the craft originated. Their appearances apply the same dominant color, and the patterns in them share similar complexity. Oh, your curiosity is aroused. But we are not done with the carpets yet. You've always got to get a souvenir or two every time you reach a new place. So you will have something to show when you tell the stories one day, right? Look at these handmade fabrics. How splendid! Those incredible patterns were the only thing on the craftswomen's minds when they made the carpets. It's safe to say they have spent their whole life improving their skills at using the vertical loom. And that's how we get these carpet knots arranged in beautiful lines. But they are just people like us. What if they get distracted? What if the carpet knots go off the right track and get tied to the wrong threads? Then you will be in trouble. Big trouble. All the problems in the universe will come at you, and the situation will be even worse than the bureaucratic system of a millennial empire. I like the pragmatic quality in you. I'm sure it will make your life even more wonderful. The people will be impressed and line up to tackle the problems for you. Oh, don't be mad. Some make troubles and others deal with the troubles. That happens. You know, every question has a questioner when they are raised. Likewise, every error has a corrector when they are corrected. That's how we get to know them. The correctors, an ancient profession. Their duty is to remove the loose threads and iron out the wrinkles on the carpets. In the language of this island, that is to check the calculations on the papyri and even the holes on the punched tapes. No one is capable of doing this job except the altruists, because it is similar to unraveling a ball of wool. Besides finding the end of the threads, you must always pay attention to the cats. Yes, the cats. They may jump on the ball and make things even worse. And she, the red-haired little girl with the carpet in her arms, was overwhelmed at the beginning. Not yet familiar with the ruler, she tried her best to find the end of the threads. So the cats took the opportunity to jump on her together and left countless scratches on that little forehead. Poor girl. See, that's the problem every corrector has to deal with. Their job is to correct errors. But what if their own existence is also part of the errors? Oh, it's no big deal. There is more than one loom in this world. She left the complicated patterns behind and came to this simple kingdom featuring numbers only. There she made the first contact with a spinning loom named Geometry. She had never seen anything like that before, and it was almost impossible for her to comprehend how it worked. She could hardly convert the numbers on the books into an actual diagram in her brain. Without a whole picture of what she was working on, she resorted to her hard work and more hard work. Then a long time passed, leaving one wound after another on her fingers. Later, the wounds even became calluses. In the end, her hands were no longer tender, but tough enough to resist the damage from the loom. Yes, she has won a place on this island for herself. Yes, she's a quick learner. She learned even faster than some of the locals. But that was not enough, because she has been outmatched by her playmate, the leading one in the field of mathematics on the island. That girl is like a perfect piece of satin born by nature. It is decorated by the beauty of mathematics and geometry. No manual work involved. In order to reach the showcase where that perfect piece lies, and to stay on the right track and fit into the school, she has done everything she could. But, she is still the most distinctive carpet there. Anyone can tell that as long as they spend some time on the island. Of course not. She's only a bit different from others. So she will continue to weave on the loom until one day the spindle pierces her callus and the fire burns everything to the ground. Shh. I should stop here. You know that mathematician who was thrown into the sea? He died because he said something he shouldn't have. Cut not wood on a public road. Open not an unwanted bottle. I don't know what to say next. I guess the best line for this circumstance is, see you later.
Wait a second, just a second. Isn't this still the dungeon? Are you setting us up?
All caves are interconnected. This is the way to our sacred place.
37, wait. I remember Sophia once told us that trespassing on the sacred place is a serious crime.
No worries. The restrictions were to help us not be distracted by the unimportant details in life. It would not stop us from seeking the truth.
Oh, excellent. I will tell it to the Abraxas when it shows up. Huh? Hey, 37. Are you sure this is the right way? My heart just sank as if I took a bite of those overnight potato chips.
Are you scared?
Oh, you wish. But when I was exploring underground with Lilia earlier, we ran into some fog like this one. Oh, it doesn't bring you any wanted guests, mind you.
Maybe you were their target because you are an irrational number.
Oh, is that so? You integers will be fine then. Good luck. Don't beg this pirate for help later.
Hold there. Something is coming out.
Huh? Rooster ahead with two snakes as its feet. Abraxas. That's weird. Why are they here?
They're coming for us.
Ha! What did I say? Don't bet.
Regulus, prepare for battle.
Okay, I know. I was just teasing her.
Stone Bangle is activated. But they're just Abraxas. Regulus, wait for their attack. Do not kill them.
What kind of request is this?
Listen to me, Regulus. That's of prime importance.
Fine. If it is of prime importance, this pirate will try her best.
See me, you can't see me.
It's not bad.
Oh.
Cool. Appropriate. Explode!
Fine. Be careful, young man. Affirmative.
It's not bad.
White? Or say, all colors?
For everyone.
Affirmative. A ravishing rainbow. An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Whoa! This is cool.
Oh, I can't agree more.
It's not bad.
Stars.
Young, pay attention to the class.
Which matters more?
That's it. I still have 10 more songs to play.
These are not the same kind of Abraxas as we've encountered before. Do they have different varieties?
Wait, where is Miss 37?
Hey! Come on, keep up! Did she just take off like that while we fought? Sneaky little... We should leave 2 Vert in.
Wait a second, Regulus. Do you sense anything familiar in the fog?
You bet. This is the first guest room we were put in when we first entered the island.
No, Captain. This apple has the same strange feeling. We saw the rise of Ceres in the same kind of fog. And before that...
That's the same fog as in the Elitial base.
That is to say... This fog is the cause of our illusion to see the Ceres and the Abraxas' attack.
Don't rush to conclusions. Follow 37 first. Oh, and what's that series you were talking about?
I just picked up a piece of paper. Like this, just bent over and reached to the ground. it? Oh, probably just some math problems left from the critter's breakfast. You never know. Wait, the compound of alchemy. The 12 gates lead into the discovery of the Philosopher's Stone. This is that alchemy handbook given to Edward IV by George Ripley. Why is it here?
Look at this, Captain. Of the Great Stone of the Ancients by Basil Valentine. The 112 books by Geber. Emerald's Tablet in Latin. Seems like there are more ancient texts about alchemy hidden inside the whole, but they are all incomplete.
Oh, so maybe I need to crack some more crossword puzzles to find out about this.
Our caves endow people with wisdom. Our secret knowledge is hidden in the silent boulder walls. The knowledge in those books is just a drop in the ocean. Follow me, Regulus.
Vertin, you lot go ahead. Go with 37. I will meet you outside.
You want to read these books here?
The knowledge passed down through language can easily be distorted. Compared to the wisdom of a Perron, it's nothing.
No, I'm not going to stay here. I'm going back. Oh, all right. I might as well just admit that your cave indeed has the power to give people insights. If I follow its lead, perhaps I'll finally work out the answer about that little thing I've been carrying with me. Never thought that I'd find the answer here. Easy as picking up a shell on a beach.
What? You don't want to get closer to the truth?
Oh, of course I do. And that's precisely why I don't want to get to it so easily. I don't want it to be fed into my brain. Come on, it's the ultimate truth that we're talking about. If someone just tells me the ending of Lord of the Flies before I enjoy the book, I will throw them into the sea as you people do.
Oh. I only met 2 people who reject the truth. So this is the mindset of irrational numbers. I see. Thank you for being my subject of observation, Regulus. Go, Vertin. We have a long way ahead.
Be careful, Regulus.
Don't worry, I know this place well enough by now. After all, I've never been so welcomed in any other place ever. Critters, monsters, creatures with strange heads. Do you worse. This pirate is not afraid of you. The records first.
All right. Just one thing. I will be home by 10 p.m. That's right. I'm still your ref.
Party in the sky and on the air.
Fine.
They're just start me up.
Oh.
Left hand's up. Now right hand's up. Nice.
Take it easy. Hey!
Peace and love! Peace and love!
Haven't you eaten? Wanna watch the aerial stunts? Fine. Wanna watch the aerial stunts? Don't blink. Right wing. Oh. ВДВ. Сколько побед? Wanna watch the air?
Handle it gently.
Swallow my exhaust!
Right wing.
Flying handbag for only 3,000 Serpentantes. Bloody prom. Take it easy.
They're just little games.
The ocean dried and I'm alone again. A little bit hot here.
Rock, rock, rock! Change the world!
This trial is mine to judge.
Handle it gently. Take it easy. Flying handbag for only 3,000 Serpentantes.
Apiron, the boundless, the beginning of all things. Everything originates from it and returns to it. Infinity has no start and no end. But nothing would come into existence if there's only infinity. Look up there, Vertin. Now they are presenting in their true forms. In their purest and newest forms. Our world was born from the wounds on infinity. When it's cut by finity, the patterns of the cutting are what we call mathematics. Thus, the essences of numbers exist inside all beings, and the patterns of all numbers exist in all matters. The length of a butterfly's wings and its body are in golden ratio, and the plant leaves grow on their stems in the pattern of the Fibonacci spiral. This is the most primitive rhythm of Arcanum, and it is also the beginning of our extraordinary study. This is the essence.
And how do I submit my proof?
Close your eyes, Vertin. Only when your eyes are closed will your mind open up. Now, stay fully concentrated and recall the question you want to verify. Only in the absolute contemplation can truth reveal itself to you.
The storm, the emanation, the storm syndrome. Where are they from? Foundation, Manus Vindictae, Aperon. What roles do they play? Why does the storm fall when history trembles? Why doesn't the storm fall into the misty land? What is the ingredient of asymmetrical nuclide R?
The world is a dark underground labyrinth. But Numa can guide us to go beyond all things and reach the exit. Verdun, can you see it?
It's burning! What's going on? Is somebody fighting with a Manus now? What's happening outside the cave?
Luton, why are you straying? The meditation goes beyond control. You will be thrown out of here. This would be a foolish mistake. For Reparon, this is...
Alas, no man shall bravest the storm and live. Including thee.
"37! 37! What happened? Were all those illusions? If it weren't for the heat of the stone bangle that wakes me up, would I go as crazy as they did? This stone reminds me of the spinning wheel. The collector of asymmetric nuclei R. If the reagent turns gold after reacting with the fog here, that means the fog contains elements that can be immune to the storm. The color changed faster than I thought. The concentration of R is hundreds of times, no, thousands of times higher than in the Manus' masks. In other words, whoever owns this cave can produce the protective equipment of the storm in big numbers. Is that the reason why Arcana is here?
Oh, Mother, our model. Has it failed? Has it failed?
I need to take 37 out of here. So the Abraxas were people from the Manus. The fog here can affect people's minds, like those around the lake in my suitcase. Have the Manus found a way to launch attacks without being punished by the bangle? Or don't they care about the price they will be paying anymore? hope Regulus didn't throw my words to the wind. I have to get rid of them first, and go out to join the others.
I'm here to help.
Embrace rather than resist.
The peace agreement no longer works. Or is it safe as long as the contracting parties have no intention to fight? The conditions are not clear. A reckless attack may lead to the punishment of the Bangle. I have to be careful with the method and timing of attacking.
It's not bad. Cool. Hey!
Goodbye.
Wait. The body is melting. It turns into a seed. So this is how the Manus fight against the restrictions. They sacrifice one man to feed another.
To the left. To the right.
It's not bad.
This'll help.
Left, then right. Which one comes first? Cool. It's not bad.
That's the direction. Goodbye.
Appropriate. Explode! The best combo, automatic aiming.
The sacrificed follower is the
cave. One can see the
37.
run there. Like cupping the moon in the palm of my hand.
Cool. Time to show you my card.
I am the waves in the ocean and the stars in the sky.
The best combo, automatic aiming.
Amazing.
The dead followers turned into geometric symbols. Is it because of the cave? So the seed is the form of Manus Vindictae.
The forms transcend all matters.
Things are not as simple as I thought. I must make a plan and exercise great care.
Time to show you my card.
Вашим услугам.
Cool. Let's fully relax and relish all of these!
Stars.
Look, an earth-suspended river.
To the right. To the left.
That's the direction.
Look.
Пусть le naufragé течет вместе с водой.
Leave me alone!
The flood is coming.
To the right.
That's the direction. Worry not. The direction of fate is decided.
Let everyone shine.
Imagine this. Вашим услугам.
To the left.
It's not bad.
That's the direction. Ice flood.
Regaining control of our bodies.
Less combo, automatic aiming.
Form of Manus Vindictae. It's more distorted than I thought. It's all over.
Now, to preserve this memory.
Vertin, finally! The Manus suddenly emerged everywhere like ants. Lilia and I couldn't take them all down. I would have acted sooner if you hadn't told me not to pick fights.
Bleen, all they want is to attack, even if their blood will be sucked out. Insane! Back when we were spying on them, I told Seneto to screw the peace agreement through the radio. I knew those geometry psychos and the Manus would go mad sooner or later. They were not that crazy when they were solving the math problems. There! What the hell happened down there?
The cave is the key to be immune to the storm. There is a cave on this island, which has the same effect as my suitcase. That's what the Manus are after.
What?
But hasn't she also put on the stone bangle? Even if she can break free from that bangle, there is no way she'd let her followers keep carrying out suicide attacks. And if she has signed that peace agreement, how will she take the cave from a Byron?
Vertin. What's that?
I'm afraid you have overstayed your welcome, Ms. Arcana. I have to regrettably remind you not to overstep the boundaries, despite the great help you've given to us.
I take not thought for needless disputes. But to ask a simple question. The great philosophers. Ye seek the ancient wisdom, follow the sage's teaching, and pursue the noble virtues. You are separated from the world for thousands of years. And you have not gained the human's understanding, nor have you sought for it. I find pleasure in this allegory of the cave. However, hast this been unto thee? That too led us to the exile in this cave.
What are they? I've never seen these before. Why are they here? These things should not appear on this island.
No! 37, no!
Sinetto. Did you bring the humans' army here?
Alright, just one thing. I will be home by...
No wingman is needed.
Wait! I have to hide the records first. Party in the sky and on the air.
Take it easy.
Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
Hey!
Oh-oh!
Here.
Fine.
Handle it gently.
Right wing.
Flying handbag for only 3,000 Serpentantes. How dare you? Bloody Trump!
Start me up!
The ocean dried and I'm alone again.
Rock, rock, rock! Change the world!
This trial is mine to judge.
They're just little games.
Handle it gently.
A tooth for a tooth.
Left hand up. Now right hand up.
A little bit hot here.
Noble or lowly, sin shall be punished.
Are you ready? They're just little games. Are you piece of shit! Woohoo! Release! Woohoo! Release! Peace and love! Peace and love! Me up!
Take it easy.
Lights! Vertin, finally! The manor suddenly emerged everywhere like ants. Lilia and I couldn't take them all down. I would have acted sooner if you hadn't told me not to pick fights.
Bleen, all they want is to attack, even if their blood will be sucked out. Insane! Back when we were spying on them, I told Saneto to screw the peace agreement through the radio. I knew those geometry psychos and the Manos would go mad sooner or later. They were not that crazy when they were solving the math problems. There! What the hell happened down there?
The cave is the key to be immune to the storm. There is a cave on this island, which has the same effect as my suitcase. That's what the Manos are after.
What?
But hasn't she also put on the stone bangle? Even if she can break free from that bangle, there is no way she'd let her followers keep carrying out suicide attacks. And if she has signed that peace agreement, how will she take the cave from a Byron?
Vertin? What's that?
I'm afraid you have overstayed your welcome, Ms. Arcana. I have to regrettably remind you not to overstep the boundaries, despite the great help you've given to her.
Wow! So this is the library in Vertin School! So many people here. They're probably around my age. We've also got this many shelves in the library of Sotheby's Manor. Are there any alchemy workshops and potion warehouses here, like in our manor? Where can I find Ms. Buanish? Madame Z told me to come here, but she didn't give any other clues. The people here really need Mr. Teaketler, who is always nice and warm to the guests. Just twist his teapot ear, then he can take you anywhere. If not so, placing a Luckaday potion at the entrance would help as well. If I had made it before I came, Ms. Buanish and I might have met by now.
Or she will just pop up behind me. Are you looking for me? Oh my word! Oops, that was too loud. Where are my manners? Oh, nice to meet you. Are you Ms. Buinish? That's fantastic. How did you find me? Did you see me in the Oneiromancy? Or through a crystal orb? Either way, it is the great Arcanum. I'm much greater than that. Look at you, dressed as if you'd just been to a ball. You are as eye-catching as the pigment board on a sketch. I saw you the moment I came into the library. A ball? Does the Foundation hold balls too? Non, I'm saying... Est-ce que tous les amis de Vertine parlent comme ça? Never mind. Madame Z told me you wanted to look up the materials on the mysterious school that believes in numbers here. That's right. Miss Mossel told me she will thoroughly check the documents in the Foundation archive. So I'll go through the books in the SPDM library. If we can find anything about that school, we can be of more help to Vertin and her team. I'm sorry, Miss Sotheby, but I'm afraid the situation is going to disappoint you. While you spend the last hour looking for Ticketler's ear, the kind-hearted monitor assistant already gained a valuable access to the library. But I haven't found any record regarding the mysterious school that believes in numbers yet. But Miss Mossel said there are so many books here that they can cover the entire back of a Stronsay beast. That's a bit exaggerated, but she's right. Nevertheless, the librarian was transferred to a more important position years ago due to the storm. Many old books are not yet sorted. Some even went missing in the chaos. The only relevant materials I could find are the stories of Pythagoras and some books on mathematical theorems. But I don't think they have anything to do with Vertine's issue. That means I can't do anything to help them. Please stop being emotional. It doesn't work on this professional member of the Foundation. Without field investigation permission, I can't take you out to collect information. But in fact, there is still another reference room only known to the most outstanding monitor assistant. Hooray! Shh. It's a violation to make noises in the library! Please follow me, Miss Sotheby. Thank you so much, Miss Buinish. You mentioned ball. I haven't heard that word for a very long time. I remember what Mr. Carson, my butler, had taught me. He said, express your gratitude to fair ladies by holding a grand ball. I'll write to my father and ask for a brand new, unsinkable and maneuverable rock and roll park. I'm sure he will gladly say yes. Maneuverable rock and roll park? Yes. We can hold a twist ball on it when Barton and Hatim are back. Please allow me to say no. The monitor assistant of SPDM will never participate in such an inelegant activity. Wait, did you just say Verten and her team? We can talk about the ball later. The kind-hearted Matilda Buanish will try her best to help you with the task. But, of course, it's only out of her sense of responsibility, not for some personal reasons. We are the reference room storing unnecessary information. It's a place ignored by most staff. Even so, this careful, reliable monitor assistant will not let go of any details. I hereby officially appoint you as the Chief Assistant of Monitor Assistant of SPDM. I will take my responsibility and teach you how to become a devoted Foundation member. Here is your first task. Read through these unsorted old files. All of them. Search all the archived ones. These are the last parts. Most of them are discarded administrative documents, low-priority materials, and substandard reports written by rookie investigators. By the way, you should know I didn't sort any of them out for you, and they don't necessarily have what you want. It's all right. Leave them to me. I love reading. You'd better do. Here's the key. Keep it safe. You can sit on the cushions there when you sort out the files. I don't want your dress to stain the stone bench. I'll go see if I missed any files. Listen, this monitor assistant will test you on your familiarity with these files when she's back. Double check completed. Looks like I didn't miss any relevant files. Phew, quite a long day. I doubt if that spoiled lady can finish all the materials. She must have been bored and fallen asleep, waiting for her tea kettler in the dream. It takes much more than dancing at balls to be a Foundation investigator. I'll send her back to that teacher when she wakes up. In the end, it will be the kind-hearted Matilda who finishes the task for her. Being a great monitor assistant comes with great responsibility. Oh! Miss Boanish! You didn't fall asleep. Did you sort out these files? Yes. And I love these books in uncommon shapes. There are so many wonderful stories. I often read books with Sasana when Father wasn't at home. We read and read until the red bomb waves woke up the sun. Moreover, these files are much easier than Miss Moisson's reading task. Here, the gentleman from River Conway tamed a whole group of Avanks. How marvelous is that?
Looks like you meet the basic requirements for being a rookie investigator.
Tu es plus ou moins qualifié pour être mon assistante en chef. And I also found this interesting report. It tells a lot about the storm and the numbers. Will this be helpful to Barton?
Show it to me. I have to say, it is undoubtedly a violation to submit such a report, but it will be a travesty of the truth and human sense if I cover it up.
Peace, sense, justice. They have always been the creeds in my heart, and are now the reason why I have decided to write down the whole thing. A long time has passed since the first attack of the most severe crisis in our time, but we are still wondering, what on earth does it mean? That was the eve of the millennium, of which no one had any memories, illogically. The next day, time was already reversed to 1996, the moment we opened our eyes. We walked out of the building made of grey and white marble as usual, hardly aware that the sun we bathed in was from another time. Our survival was unexpected and almost unbelievable in such a calamity which swept the globe. Why did the headquarters of the Foundation survive the reverse? Why couldn't we find our younger selves in the outside world? Did any other region survive it as we did? What was the cause behind this calamity? I didn't know, nor did anyone else. Things remained unclear until time was reversed again. This time, we all witnessed that rain in the 80s.
These files Barton needs?
I think so. It's a report written by someone who witnessed the storm. And it has recorded the storms before Verton became the timekeeper.
before she became the Timekeeper? Whoa. So Vertim wasn't born a Timekeeper. She didn't tell you that? Wait, no one is born a Timekeeper. It's not an inherited title. Anyway, this report includes the secret chronology only accessible to the core members of the Foundation. You can only check it under the supervision of the Monitor Assistant before you become a qualified investigator. No matter what the reason is, it shouldn't have been shoved in this dusty room like rubbish. To evaluate its authenticity and risk, the genius Mathilda Boiniche will fulfill her duty as the Monitor Assistant and carry out a thorough inspection of this report. If you agree to this resolution, please nod, Assistant Sotheby. Yes.
That was 1985. A gloomy, miserable night compared to that peaceful morning in 1996, when we were only bothered by confusion. We didn't expect time to be reversed again, nor did we understand the consequence. Even now, I still remember Paulina's desperate cry. One of her hands was already inside the safe area when she fell at the entrance to the headquarters, and that was the only part of her left to us the next second. The only legacies we found were an engagement ring on that hand and her favorite blue polka dot scarf, which we used to wrap her remains in the end. To be honest, I admired those who still remained calm and sympathized with the arcanists on the edge of mental breakdown. It had nothing to do with the 1/4 arcanist blood in my body. It was only the kind of empathy which all mankind would share out of instinct in the face of a hopeless calamity. We lost many, too many colleagues. In the materials they sent back, we even saw all the horrifying phenomena, such as one's veins turning into electric wires. Since then, the storm, a word simply taken from visual observation, has been used to refer to the calamity. Of course, we can have a word for the calamity itself. But what words should we use to conclude all the absurdity and panic? Before the storm, we were all familiar with time. It was supposed to be a straight line connecting the past and the future. We followed the line to move forward. We broke free from ignorance. We built civilizations. We developed technologies. We promoted the well-being of mankind. And we improved our living conditions step by step. We were so sure that we were making progress on the right path. But then, the path was taken away all of a sudden. Oh, time, our closest old friend, where are you taking us? Back to the two most painful war times in the 20th century? The era when no one had ever heard the hiss of steam engines? Or the century when mankind was yet to be enlightened? So far, mankind has achieved a lot in history. Dynamos, automobiles, flyovers, railways, hospitals, poorhouses. But if it goes on like this, what is the point of all the efforts we have made? Now we are like a shipwreck left on the island of time, witnessing the fall of the whole modern world in the unstoppable tsunami. Even though the Foundation has lost a lot of staff members, they are still doing fine compared to Laplace. My younger brother was a good example. He was the most sensible person I have ever known. On the first day of the second reverse, he told me, in a calm manner,
"At least we have reaffirmed that Newton was right. There was never an arrow of time in classical mechanics. Neither in relativity nor quantum mechanics. That means this is absolutely normal. Whether the time goes backwards or forwards, even if it starts spinning around like a tabletop football player. They're not against the law of physics. We can go back in time and give Poincaré a medal of great profit."
The next day, he almost fell off the 6th floor due to excessive drinking. All the perceptions of time and space developed to this day were overthrown. We couldn't find any theories to explain the storm in any existing researches. There could only be two reasons for this situation. Either we've been completely wrong all the time, or we've come to a brand new world. And this new world can never make sense in the way of science, or that of physics. It cannot be verified by an independent third party, and it is impossible to be comprehended through reasoning. Is it true that we have been going the wrong way? Is it true that those once proven wrong by history, those arcanists who claim to possess gnosis, are actually on the right path? In fact, the one who put an end to the chaos was indeed not a human. This thing, I had no idea what it was. It claimed to be a machine which never stops working. It laughed at the limitations of our brains and the metaphysical mistakes we make ceaselessly. But it did solve the most urgent issue. A system was built to tackle storm-relevant emergencies after it took charge of Laplace. The first measure it adopted was contacting all the existing branches of the Foundations at the time to confirm the scale of available manpower. Then it built observation stations all over the globe to find if there were any other regions immune to the storm. After that, numerous offices responsible for deducing the cause of the storm were established. Even though there were countless disagreements during the research, at least we had taken the first step. I handed in the application to take part in this mission, determined to get rid of the fog in my mind. In 1986, I was assigned to the office in Egypt. All my friends came to the dock to see me off, because we knew it could be the final goodbye. Even though we were equipped with the emergency communication devices issued by Laplace, we were still not clear when the storm would assault us, or where we could hide nearby. What really scared me was not the threat to my life, but the possibility of dying ignorant. Then I boarded the ship to Alexandria from Athens. And that was when I met her. Now when I recall it, it was almost impossible to ignore that group of arcanists on the ship. There were about a dozen of them, all in eccentric stitched robes. They were followers of a strange school which mixes arcanum and mathematics. I talked to them. No matter how much that conversation bewilders me now, I was more excited than confused at the time. They also survived the storm in 1996, and they noticed the unusual changes taking place in the world as well. That means I actually met another group of survivors from the Millennium.
Wait! A school of arcanists who survived the storm? A mixture of arcanum and mathematics. The ship on the Mediterranean. Unbelievable. Our investigator actually met this group of arcanists who believed in numbers, and even left such a precious record down on paper.
Does it mean we are close to being helpful to Virgin?
Certainly, it's what we deserve for all the efforts today. But why did they leave such an important report in the reference room storing unnecessary information? Did they misput it here after the chaos of the storm?
Among them, the most easygoing one was Hugh. He was an engineer as well as an arcanist. We shared the same preference for human technology, and that became our common topic. Hugh was in his 30s, red-haired, cheeks sunken, and deeply depressed due to some kind of eye disease. He was a decent man, with a prudent attitude, working at a desk most of the time. He reminded me of the imperial miniature painting artists in the Sultan's palace. Most of them ended up blind after toiling for their life. He showed me the picture of his daughter. I don't have children, but I could feel his happiness as a father. Although I got along well with Hugh, he seemed quite out of place among that group, which was actually led by her. I don't know what words to use to describe her. She was like a meteor shower, a tempest, or an unreasonable catastrophe itself. Her existence was just like her name. It was simple, yet implied a lot. Please forgive me for my cowardice. Even now, I don't have the courage to write down her name, if one would call that a name. In fact, she was quite a kind, warm-hearted person. Among all the unregistered arcanists I've met, she was one of the nicest ones towards the Foundation. She looked young, even though I heard she had a daughter too. Besides, she still possessed the innocence of a child, and that kind of excitement exclusive for genius. That's right. It seemed the whole world was like a sparkling toy to her. Our communication was heart-stirring at the beginning. Both of us were eager to find out what was happening, like two shipwrecked victims grappling at each other on the sea. But I didn't have the slightest idea what she was talking about, actually. The problem was not the typical communication issues between humans and arcanists. I was sure the language we used didn't pose any obstacles, but still I couldn't understand any words of hers. I would believe that one is highly intelligent if one can name all the factors of 11,567 without thinking. But what this one said was illogical nonsense which no one could ever imagine. She claimed that there is a world of numbers, above all else, where the non-physical essences of all things exist in the form of timeless, absolute, unchangeable ideas, and that the physical world where the time flows is nothing but an appendage, which has never been real or true. And that's why the chaos in this world is not worth any attention, and we should focus on what happened to the supreme existence. What an utter disaster combining modern maths with ancient superstition. I saw another hubristic arcanist pretending to be the prophet by reliving Platonism. I don't even bother to mention the balderdash on soul numbers. Even the New Age movement could use some of her absurdity. But that was not yet the end. She even claimed to be aware of the exact year when the next reverse would happen. But when I asked her about it seriously, she said,
"My apologies. I've made an oath. I shall and only shall reveal the demonstration to people who have their own soul numbers."
I'm not sure whether she was making fun of me or being serious, but I had this feeling that she was eager to tell me how she was granted the secret through a moment of afflatus. It seemed she just saw through the laws behind all things instead of finding them through logical deduction.
Can't you see it? It is right in front of you.
After I expressed my inability to comprehend her words 30 times, she finally gave up and proffered regrets. I'd rather take it as a new kind of humiliation. What really irritated me about her, however, was her contempt towards science and all the scientific research methods. As far as I'm concerned, the value of a theory lies in its reliability, universality, and generalizability. Our pursuit of the truth has laid the foundation of modern science, allowing us to change the world. Yet, in her eyes, the value of a theory lies in its beauty. I talked to her on the current situation, and I told her how we would save lives and preserve the hard-earned technology of mankind if we could find the pattern of the storm. It was of course not an easy thing to do and would take enormous manpower, so I asked her sincerely to join the Foundation. Yet again she responded with contempt. She believed they would only become another military squad of the Foundation's.
Darling, maths are beautiful for their uselessness. That's why it remains noble and graceful in this sordid world, despite you humans' reckless action of using it to calculate ballistic.
She turned down my invitation and left an unfairly negative comment on our storm observation project.
The observation stations you built are destined to be toppled because their basis is the fragile world that follows the laws of physics. The efforts you've made are like nails on a sand beach, which will only be carried away by the next tidal wave.
But I said, perhaps our efforts are in vain, but someone has to do it. We will try every corner of the beach before making the conclusion that the world we are living in is already a hopeless ruin.
What a pragmatic, rigorous, and rational speech. But dear, the world is a hopeless ruin.
The conversation ended in disagreement. I don't know why arcanists hate the world so much. Perhaps the reason is they have never been truly accepted. To this day, I still remember her venomous conclusion.
The world built on past experiences has ended. In your words, which you used to mock us, why not embrace the reality?
Yet about the gnosis which she deeply believed in, and the so-called prophecy she made through numbers, She had never given any proofs or details that showed rigorous logic. And the reason for her inactions was an oath she had made before some stone? Therefore, I believed her words were only the nonsense of a lunatic. When we first met, I thought she was different from all those psychos, who mistook the malfunction of their prefrontal cortex as the will of God. But they turned out to be the same. In the name of human sense, I swore everything she said was absurd and ridiculous to me. Until...
Madame Z said the arcanists on that island are all named after numbers, because they have a strong belief that numbers are the essence of their souls. The investigator wouldn't write down her name. Is it because of the conflict between their beliefs? Huh? That's all? Submitting such an unfinished report would only cause problems for the reviewers and evaluators, but this investigator didn't even write down their name.
Don't worry, Ms. Burnish. I'm familiar with this situation. Every time after the brave Typhon defeats Jupiter, he returns to the Auto Island. But each time we twist the ear of Mr. Glassbox, Typhon will show up again and again. Ms. Moisson told me the ear is the key to bringing back our hope.
Wait, don't tell me you are talking about the shows on the mechanical television? Stop, Miss Sotheby. Please, take a seat on the cushion and listen to me carefully. This is a detailed report written by a formal investigator of the Foundations, not some TV show full of cliffhangers. That means we will definitely find the rest somewhere.
Oh, I see. Must be a Coco-treant who took away the other part of the book. Usually, they will be attracted by Luna Fixer, and by following their traces, we'll find their lairs in the stable.
You mean someone took it away? That's highly possible. Data loss is not allowed in the Foundation, especially under the Monitor Assistance Management.
We must prepare Luna Fixer. Don't forget their favorite jigging magical beans. I don't have those materials with me right now, but I can write to them. It only takes a month.
Nuh-uh, we don't need that. You've perfectly accomplished the task from me when you found this valuable report. Well done, Assistant Sotheby. Now it's time for the great Matilda to show a little bit of her greatness. Judging from the omen, it's at the northwest,
The beginning and the ending of the ring, where the wall reflects repeatedly. The northwest of SPDM. This one is straightforward. The beginning and the ending of the ring is not a problem either. The icon of the computing center is exactly the Ouroboros, a serpent eating its own tail. Here we are. But where the wall reflects repeatedly, does that mean a closed room with mirrors? The mirror in the display center is a huge kinescope in the wall, and the one in the airtight laboratory is a crystal clear observation window. The one in the rehab center? No. The mirrors in the operation room have been replaced with curved electronic screens of steel structure after that xenopilot made a scene. So, where is the answer? Hey! You just hit me! Shouldn't you apologize?
Where did you come from, dork? Wasting my time.
What? How could he say that? That's rude!
That gentleman doesn't look well. He's covering his face. His nose is running with purple liquid. Oh dear. Did he drink a whole bottle of purple Chrysandra juice? He needs treatment immediately. Oh, if only I had brought the Phoenix heart nerves with me.
He ran towards the rehab center. Nothing to worry about. Just another patient trying to prove he has recovered. The rehab center has all the facilities and medicines he needs. He will be properly treated. But why is he wearing the uniform of Laplace? And where's the receptionist here?
Does everyone go to the weekend party night?
Absolutely not. The researchers here are too busy to do that. The computing center is working on the most urgent and vital project, the research on the immunity to the storm. We should not disturb them unless it's an emergency. So please stop calling the office and put down the telephone, Miss Sotheby. This is not the ear of a tea kettler, and it won't take you to any twist balls. Je sais qu'elle est débutante, mais quand même elle est trop bizarre. Guide new members with caution and patience. Trigger the Rafflatus at the right time. J'avoue que Verten a remporté une victoire temporaire sur ça.
Miss Boonish, I just read the map on the counter. You mentioned where the wall reflects repeatedly. Does the vision refer to the racquetball center here? You see, its icon is a bouncing ball.
Let me take a look. Found it! This is really the right direction. Next, Empty boxes, glasswares, and copper pieces. Looks like our destination has piles of metal. Good job, Assistant Sotheby. I have to say, I might have gone a bit too hard on you. You are more capable than I thought. Thanks to your prompt reminder, we have saved quite some time.
Sotheby is glad to help. Miss Bunish, since you're such a talented diviner, why don't you just divine the reason for the storm with your inherited arcanum ability? According to Ms. Moisson, the reason still remains a mystery. If the crystal orb can reveal its truth, everything will be much easier for Vertin and her team.
Divine the reason for the storm? That's impossible for sure. It's a typical mistake of laymen to believe one can see everything through divination. You are an expert on potions and arcane creatures, but you have little knowledge on other subjects. Haven't you received any systematic education on arcanum?
Education on arcanum? I'm of course well educated in arcanum, with Ms. Moisson as my tutor, and my arcane friends such as Typhon from the Auto Island, Jupiter, and...
Alright, enough! I have understood the fact that the education you have received is not systematical, or say incomplete, imperfect, inelegant. But don't worry, because you are talking to the kind-hearted Matilda. She will spend her valuable time to make it up for you. In fact, the system of arcanum knowledge is not completely separated from that of human science. For example, the modern pharmacy and chemistry actually originated from the experiments of potions and alchemy in the ancient times. They developed into two different systems because arcanists focused more on the knowledge ignored by scientists, which is gnosis. The knowledge we learn from divination is exactly under this category.
Wow!
Let me fill you in with more details. If two human researchers test Snell's law at two different places at the same time without making any mistakes, they will always reach the same conclusion. Or if two potionists use the same ingredients and follow the same formula to make the cough cough stop stop potion separately, their products will also have similar effects. However, if two diviners respectively perform divination on the same thing, they will probably see totally different visions. Because what the divination shows is merely omens. The interpretation of these omens is in fact a kind of subjective deduction based on the reality, and there is no such thing as a standard answer. Even if the two diviners draw the same conclusion, it is more of a coincidence than a result that implies generalizability. So diviners never check the accuracy of their divination through the review of peers. And this is an example of gnosis. Unlike human sense, it is unique and possesses no universality. In other words, even if someone finds out a reason for the storm through divination, they can't have other diviners verify it. because 100 different diviners will give out 100 different conclusions. The scene will be even busier than a concert at Music Verein. That being said, the more possible result we get from the divination is nothing. Divination cannot bring knowledge which the diviners have never learned. The divination of such world-class knowledge, as complicated as the reason for the storm, can only be performed by world-class diviners. We may find 1 or 2 diviners like that if time continues to be reversed. Like Nostradamus. But he lived in the 16th century. Besides, even Nostradamus is not always right. But Miss Buaniche is! Thanks to your divination, we're getting closer and closer to that report, right? You are right! Finding items, interpreting dreams, and making simple prophecies. All these things are just a breeze for the bright and clever Matilda. But inquiring about the storm is beyond my ability, and it will only bring misfortune. I will never make such a stupid mistake. In fact, this half of the report and the handwriting of the author are perfect divination media. Besides, our target is not far away from us, and I'm familiar with the surroundings, which have made things much easier than usual. It is true diviners can improve the accuracy and controllability of their gnosis by practicing repeatedly, holding the rituals properly, and making targeted preparations. But that still doesn't mean the result will be absolutely accurate. The report says that person who mentioned the School of Numbers claimed she was enlightened about the year of the next storm. Is that also by divination? I am not sure what kind of arcane skills they used, but numbers are indeed a kind of omen too. I am not talking about the specific knowledge of mathematics, but the numbers themselves, because they are even more abstract than images and languages as kind of symbol. Even so, there is no way for us to verify this prophet, unless it really comes true. That is also why it takes almost nothing to spread a prophecy. My mother told me many people in the outside world write to the Foundation every day, claiming to be prophets who can predict the doomsday and thus requesting unemployment benefits. The doomsday? Unemployment benefits? Oh my! The outside world is far more wonderful than I thought. How fascinating! Miss Buaniche is even greater than I expected. You bet! Wait, did you mean I was not the greatest? Here we are, Miss Sotheby. Now, this is the moment to verify the result of my divination.
If you look at the ground after the rain, you can often see a wet, long trail, like this one. At the end of the trail, there may be a snail slowly crawling forward. Yes, forward. The snail marks the direction for us. But what if we... Criterion. Well said, darling. To figure something out, you always need to make deductions based on facts and logical reasoning. What you see is not necessarily true, but what is logical is, because we haven't witnessed or experienced anything illogical so far. If something like that actually happens, it must be because we are too ignorant to understand it for the moment.